What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Sean Dent Show. I'm your host, Sean. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for finding me out on the web. Today's topic is about failure. Jumping right into it. Talking about failure. Find me a nurse who has not failed. Because I'm one of them, and I'm pretty sure you know someone, and you probably work with many nurses who have failed. And quite honestly, if you can't admit that you have failed at some point during your nursing career, then you might be lying to I'm saying you might be lying to yourself. So everyone has failed something at some point. And I'm not talking about like a test where you failed a test, big old fat F. I'm not talking about missing the mark or not doing as well as you wanted to do or not doing as well as you needed to do. The thing that comes to mind for me is there's certain areas, certain times in a nurse's career, especially in school, where they have to maintain a certain grade, have to pass a certain test in order to move on to the next level, the next semester, or the next class. And every so often there is a class out there that some nurses will find very difficult. In my area of the world, the two major exams that were that weeded out the non-hackers was the math exam and the fluid and electrolyte exam way back during my first round of nursing school. You had to not only pass these exams, but I think you had to have a certain grade in order to move forward, and you got, I think, 2 chances to make the grade or pass the exam, or you had to restart. You had to go back to the beginning of the semester and start all over again. So a little bit of pressure. Probably was a good thing, now that I think about it and sit here and talk about it, is that it prepared you for those one-time nursing certification exams, like that small exam called the NCLEX. So it helped with dealing with test anxiety. Maybe we'll talk about that next. Test anxiety. I'm going to have to write that one down. Writing it down now. So everyone has had to deal with some sort of failure or the possibility of failure. The difference between those who move forward and those who don't, success and or failure, is how we deal with it. What do you do when you fail? Do you let it consume you? Do you let it eat you up and stop you? Or do you figure out a way to get over that wall, around that obstacle, through that door? Every nurse, here I go saying again. Every nurse out there has had to figure out how to battle an obstacle or to beat something in order to get where they wanted to go. Something as simple as passing an exam, to something more challenging as to performing a return demonstration on a certain skill, whether that would be something as simple as calculating medication, or maybe something as complex or as challenging as inserting an NG, putting in a Foley, or having to start your very first IV. Whoa, that was a heck of a story there. I have to remember to talk about that one. So think about failure as not failing, not letting down anyone, but simply you learned how not to do something. You simply learned that whatever strategy you used, whatever approach you used, didn't work at that time, and that you have an opportunity to try again. In some instances, those opportunities to try again are lengthy and extensive. Some can be expensive. So you want to do your homework. You want to make sure that you don't fail, or ensure that you come as close to succeeding as possible. And that's just something as simple as practice, studying, utilizing your resources. Bottom line, mental attitude of no such thing as failure. I just learned how not to do something. And I'm not the originator of that thought or that quote. You can thank Thomas Edison for that one, him and his light bulb quote. So I'll let you look that one up. Simple and easy, failure. Thank you as always for tuning into my revamped show, The Sean Dent Show. Be sure to find me, subscribe down below. You can find me on SeanDent.com. You can find me out there on the internets, on just about every social media avenue out there. Hit me up, let me know how I'm doing. Drop a comment down below. On Twitter, shoot me a tweet. Instagram, Facebook. I want to hear how I'm doing, how great I'm doing, or how absolutely horrible this is, because I'd like to make it better. So, as always, have fun out there.